Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. My OBS crashed on me a couple times there. Anyway, and just watch and make sure it's not crashing on me again. So, turns out this is a Raspberry Pi 2, so I went online and I bought myself another Raspberry Pi 3. So all the 3s I have right now are all being used for other purposes, so I'll be replacing that. Get this back apart without damaging anything. Anyway, so I'm still going to continue the same layout, I believe. So the Pi 3 and the Pi 2 are virtually identical layouts. So the Pi will still be sitting here. I'll still continue to use this little jumper here. I might snip off some of these I/O header pins here, just because I'm probably never going to use them, which is sad, but there's nothing too thrilling. It's just a piece of hardware, so I'll probably just end up snipping the pins along these far row pins here on the one I receive. It's one thing I always liked about the 2. It had a extra eject feature on the SD slot. The 3 and the 4 you just pull it straight out. So I ordered a Pi. I ordered a Pi 3B Plus, which is the highest version. I have a Pi 4, but the amount of energy power consumption is a little bit higher than I really want to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with a Pi 3 just because it uses less power. So weight wise, things I do have to do is I'm going to go ahead and this pack here I just cannibalized a lithium polymer battery pack. It's a 3.7 volt 10,000 milliamp hour, and it's a pretty beefy sized pack, but I like because it's flat and it's not going to take much room behind the panel, so I'll be able to sit it underneath the joystick, which is good. So I'm going to pull this charger off and install a more universal one. The nice thing, the one I use, bucket of tricks here. These are I like these. It's a more of a universal power supply because there's an adjustment on here. It comes from the factory about 5.5 volts. So I just adjusted down about 5.3 volts or so for the Pi, and you can see it just has a negative lead and a positive lead battery, and to charge it, it's a 5 volt charge, and it has the micro USB built into it, so that's a nice little feature. So whenever you're working on boards like this, I would recommend always pull the positive lead off first and then pull the negative lead. And I'm going to strap in here just in case. Strap in, boys. Let's throw my static strap on. That beep is just I have a strap just to make sure, tells me my strap is working. Got some mass to this sucker. Ooh boy. Sometimes you just can't hold it with your hands, it's too hot. These LiPo packs have been pretty good. Alright, I'll reuse this. I might reuse this later. This is nice because it has USB-C charging and USB-C charging, which is kind of cool, and output as well. So if I ever build up a 4 Pi 4 based system, I might end up reusing this. I'm going to put this back in my bucket of spare parts. Wow, they put a lot of solder on there. Ooh, Dougie. Get off there. There we go. So that's free. So all I did was pull that off. So put that in my bucket of spares. I'll throw it in the static bag. A little hot. Cool that off a minute. Alright, that goes back in the drawer. And again, like I was saying, this little board here is really convenient. There's only, all you have to do is hook up these two little wires to it, and maybe I'll do a tack down on the surface, or yeah, I don't think I'll need to extend this. Let's take a look. So the only problem is if I don't extend it out, well, it still sits in a good spot. So I'll end up putting the charger, move this battery all the way to the left. This thing's going to be not too unbalanced. So I'll have the screen is going to be sitting up here, so it's got some good mass to it. The Pi's here, and then this. I like having my systems pretty well balanced out. I actually have little steel weights somewhere to help balance these systems out, because when you're playing it, you don't want the thing to rock like crazy on you. So I'll put this on. Always put the negative lead on first. And I've learned this from painful experience. This is what's happened to me before. Is this is actually a plate from a Instamatic camera I got at a thrift store. It was pretty trashed, and so I just took it apart to look at it. It's like old cameras, and what I'm going to do with it, it makes a great heat sink actually. It's just kind of funny. Back when they made cameras in America, it's Kodak. It's a name you don't hear much anymore. When I was a kid, all you really had was Kodak or Polaroid until, well, there was Canon and Nikon as well, but those are just SLRs professionals used. Normal people don't really buy, weren't really into that level of camera. Like day to day, it was all just Instamatics, and then Fujifilm got in the game a bit. But when growing up, I remember it was just all Kodak or Polaroid. Ironically, though, I actually shoot with the Canon. I love Canon cameras. Not that this setup here is any fabulous thing going on here. This is just a regular Logitech webcam here, nothing too thrilling. But like actual taking photos, I have a couple of. I have an old 8 megapixel DSLR, and then I have a 15. And the 15, it actually takes really good shots. It's a T1i, I think. It's like the first end. The funny thing is, I actually went into Best Buy a while ago, and I didn't realize like the controls are almost identical, even the camera is 10 years old. Wow, that's really freaking hot. Okay. And that's a really ugly looking solder joint. Way too gray. Solder joints, particularly for using leaded solder, should be nice and shiny, not dull. I like using leaded solder, not the Rojas stuff. It doesn't wick very well. Yeah, you can get dendritic growth, which sucks. Alright, so let's take a look. Where's my meter? Oh, I got this one out. Let's charge this guy up. get to see the fancy meter. I usually bring this one out. Fancy. At the... Ooh. Oh, my leads are all tangled up here. Hold on a jiff. Ow, just stabbed my leg. Okay. Let's make sure everything's working here. 4.08, that sucker's at full charge. V out, we've got 5.56. You know, my biggest complaint with this meter is that if you're not running on external power, more or less, it'll dim way too quickly. Alright, screwdriver. Alright, I know the fuck up. I 3.1. The 3 uses, whoa, 14 volts. That's not right. 10, 9, 8. What's going on here? Around the horn here, hold on a second. 26, nope. That's not good. It was reading 5 and it just jumped up. So what's going on here? I don't see any smoke coming out. Oh. Well, it must have been hitting a different line. Hold on. Alright, what's going on here? Let me take my static strap off and see if that's it. Might be forming a ground loop. Yeah, I know. Let's see if I'm making a ground loop. Let's take a look here. And it was. Let's see, I'm gonna plug this in. That's interesting, look at that. Just put my screwdriver there. Do I have a plastic tweaker? Where's my plastic tweaker? I think my body is forming a... oh, where's my plastic tool? Darn it. Okay. Well, let's see if my theory is correct here. I am not going to make an insulated screwdriver. Alright. Put some electrical tape on there. Let's grab it just from the... The problem is your body is a large, high... See, it's acting like an antenna. Wow, that's weird. Very sensitive. The problem is a lot of these use a high voltage, you see a high frequency converter to boost or buck the signal. Wow, this is genuinely strange. Okay. Either that or it just doesn't have enough loading on it. Wow. Okay, that is really weird, man. See, you can see just from my hand, it's picking up. Electromagnetic from the room. Where the hell's my plastic tweaker? Shoot. Now this is pissing me off. There's a reason you use non-conductive tools for this kind of thing. Let's try to turn it a little more. 6 too high. 5.3, and we'll live with 5.3 for now. That is just too weird. I haven't had that happen before. So yeah, that's the stuff there. So this will end up going right up here. Yeah, that'll end up going right here, and I'll cut a hole in the panel here for the charging circuit. I'm not sure how to quite wedge it in yet. I'll end up using some really strong pressure sensitive adhesive and get that in there. And then okay, that one's good. This I don't have to do much with. Let's get some. I gotta wait for my new one to come in. I think it's coming in Saturday or Sunday. I'll have that. And then yeah, this is this guy here. So this one's gonna sit here. This guy's gonna sit right about there, so it's not going to interfere with this guy. This is going to sit here. That's going to plug in. I could stack them maybe. Maybe that's the way to go. Let's see. This goes here. Let's do a little bit offset. So this guy's going to end up here. It's a pretty high, kind of midway in the height there. Mark a few things up. So I'm going to put this guy here. Just eyeball it for now. That's going to be the USB power is going to go there, and then this guy is going to be the HDMI, and it's going to be D down orientation, so we'll put him pretty high up here. Sketching it out for now. Alright. And you know, it's complete overkill, but I'm not sure what switch to go with. Problem is I have like a ton of these. These giant toggles here, which admittedly look nice, but they're big on the large side. Yeah, maybe I'll still will use one. Maybe I'll make that my signature thing, a big ass toggle switch. Big ass toggle switch goes over here. And that's not going to interfere with anything because that's just where the screen sits. Yeah, it's nothing there. Not even close. Okay. So, on the what's going to be the front side, they're going to have the HDMI out. That's going to be the USB power in. And this is going to be the main power switch. So, bang, bang, bang. So, pretty clean. It's going to have the 6 buttons on the start select, L1, R1, L2, R2 be there, and then A, B, X, Y sitting here. But yeah, that'll work. Alright, time for getting late for me, so I think I'll call it a night. And everyone, thanks for watching, and a little progress day by day. And once I get that Pi in, a new Pi in, I'll format a fresh copy and get that installed. So everyone, thank you for watching.